We are live. I want to thank everybody for being to the very first episode, very first show, or week 2 of True NFL. I am Frankie J, coming to you from the Adirondack Mountains of upstate Northland, New York. And we got Todd to my right here, my buddy, who I haven't talked to. Well, we haven't worked together in over a year. He's back home in the 716 in Buffalo. I just moved last year. Anyways, we had the same studio in Buffalo. Now we're 6 hours apart and we're still in the same studio. What a good studio light you got there. I have to admit, you put us a good studio together, Todd. I didn't think you could do it, but we got you into the frame of mind.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't just look directly into that light, or I wouldn't be able to see a thing here for the rest of the show, because it is bright. What's that called? Ambient lighting?
I don't know. Ambient lighting. So anyways, I want to thank everybody again for being here for the first episode of True NFL. We're going to talk about things like trending stories, news, fun stuff, maybe give some predictions on games, maybe bring a little fantasy football into it. I know I'm going to get some jokes about fantasy football before we even get into it, Todd, so just hold off. And I want to first and foremost, thank everybody that subscribed to our channel here in the last 2.5 months. Thousands of you. Thanks for all the views, watching our shorts, and being part of what we're doing here. We're growing a production company, Raw Live Productions, and part of that is True NFL. Todd and I have worked together in the past for almost a decade now, a little shy of a decade, maybe, doing shows down.
About 8 years, yeah.
A little learning in there, and we just want to do a really good show and have fun. And anybody out there listening and watching right now, wherever it may be, on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube, feel free at any time to drop a comment and let us know what you think or what you don't think. Even if you know what you're talking about or you don't know what you're talking about, we'll love to talk to you. So drop a comment at any time. So with that being said, Tio, 2025 NFL season, all I can say is what a start, right? Where do you begin? You know, it started out shifty. Where do you begin?
Buckle up, sports entertainment, baby. NFL, always going to bring the drama, always going to be something. What do we start off with right off the bat? Spitting contest. These guys are making bazillions of dollars. The other dude's spitting on the other. What are we doing? What are we doing? Like that's what we represent. You got Lamar and the other games attacking a fan. Like, why? What are we paying him?
What's going on?
I don't understand. What's going on?
Open hand slaps.
Legal.
No penalty because it's open hand now. It's a new one to me. If you almost take someone's head off, kung fu style, as long as your hand is opened, no penalty, no fines, no suspensions.
Yeah.
But if you spit, 50 grand he got suspended or fined? I don't know. It wasn't very much to them.
That should be a crime. We make spitting a crime.
I got a good point. I got a good point about that. It is a crime. It depends on the context.
It's only a crime if you spit on a cop.
Well, obviously.
Yeah. And it's only a crime if you can prove that I gave you some kind of disease. But anyways, let's go back into the NFL. It's not a crime. It should be. Spitting on somebody else should be a crime. At this point,
I couldn't agree with you more. I do agree with you. So I will tell everybody this before we get going. This is our week one of True NFL. It's week 2 in the NFL, but it's our week 1, and there's a reason for that. We wanted to wait a week, so we had some stuff to talk about, like the Philadelphia-Dallas game that kicked off the 2025 campaign. And then there was a power outage in that game near the end, and the Eagles ended up winning, which makes it even sweeter because the Cowboys, it is a circus. I know that's what everybody says. It's a circus. We all know that down there. But in any event, Todd,
I'd like to hear from a Cowboys fan. What's going on over there? Are you guys going to be any good until like Jerry's gone? Or, I mean, because clearly he's very good at keeping you relevant during times when the season isn't relevant. He's very good at that. But other than that, guys, he hasn't made a good trade since Emmitt Smith. He'll remind you of that too every day. Oh, it was great. This Micah Parsons trade. I think that puts Green Bay right in the driver's seat to go. That's my prediction for the Super Bowl on that side. On the NFC is Green Bay.
All right, well, you're jumping ahead here. So let's do this. Let's hit the brakes. We're both excited to be back. It's been quite some time, and we don't want to go all over the place here. We picked out a couple games from last week that we thought were pretty cool or jaw-dropping based on the games, the teams, all that kind of stuff. And the game that you brought up that you wanted to talk about specifically was the Miami at Indianapolis game. Week 1, 2025 season, Dolphins, good team. Indianapolis, I guess, good on paper to what I understand. What do you want to talk about, Todd? Talk about
Danny Times.
Danny Times.
I want to talk about Danny Dimes.
What
Dolphins,
about
they suck. The Dolphins are terrible.
Okay.
How many games do you think they're going to win? 3? I'm going to guess
5.
3 games. I say Tyreek Hill traded to KC soon. Look out for that. That's what I'm predicting. That's a TO prediction. You say no. I say it could happen. Either way, I don't know. That game, the Dolphins are bad. It's a bad team. The coach is not a good coach. Tua was 1 concussion away from never playing again. The Dolphins are bad. They're just not a punch in the mouth team. You know, they're never going to go far in the playoffs, even if they made it. They're just not. They're not good. They're not good. You look at a team like that, and you look at a team like Buffalo, and you can see the difference. They're just from culture up. They're just not good.
They're not good. They're not. I can't disagree with you. So you wanted to kind of just throw Miami under the bus, and I think that's a funny game that you brought up. And the reason why is I heard Rex Ryan's response to that game, and I love Rex Ryan. I know he didn't have much success here in Buffalo, but he brought an attitude here that was amazing. He has no filter, just like us, so he would be a beautiful addition to True NFL. Don't forget, everybody, wherever you're listening, drop comments if you disagree with us. I love Rex Ryan. He called him McGenius and Nerd Boy. I thought that was awesome because he is a nerd. He's a nerd. He's a geek. He came up with a scheme, had some good players in place that weren't half broken already, and had some success. But he got, I think, overconfident, maybe. I'm not really know where to go with that. Maybe injuries and
the
whatever.
NFL is what? It's a game of what? Adjustments and inches, correct? Adjustments and inches. You have to make adjustments. That's why when you see something happen in the first half of football in the second half, the exact opposite usually happens. Why? Because that team who's getting beat up in the first half makes adjustments. The other team has to adjust to that. And it resembles nothing of what the first half was. Score could be 20-3. You look in the fourth quarter, the score is now 23-20. What the hell just happened? So it's adjustments. He cannot adjust. He had one way of coaching. It worked for a minute. Everyone else figured it out, and he can't do nothing else. And that's what it is.
It happens. And then when we get into talking about the Buffalo game, which is what I want to talk about, Baltimore visited Buffalo, and they definitely came here looking for revenge. They were eliminated in the divisional round last year, as everyone knows, in Buffalo, and a tight game. Kind of went the same way in the beginning with this one. So for me, the game of the week is the Bills game, and I'm being impartial right now. I'm a huge Bills fan. 40 years. Todd, you the same. We're Bills fans. You're the fake Bills fan. I'm the real Bills fan. I'll wear the jersey till the last second of the last game, even though we're out of the playoffs. You, week 2, you're ready to fire the coach every freaking year.
No.
So, yes, week 1 this year. But you're always ready to just fire everybody and clean house, and they suck and this and that and the other thing. But that's okay. That's why we're doing the show. We're going to yell and argue with each other a lot. That's why we want people to interact with us through the comments. Don't be afraid to do that, because that's what we're going to do. So we are representing the Buffalo Bills at the end of the day, Bills Mafia. And I wanted to bring up the game, not just because I'm a Bills fan. What an ending. What a game. We were down 15 points with a few minutes left in the game. And they, first of all, made a mistake that if Sean McDermott, the head coach of the Buffalo Bills, would have made by punting the ball, would have been killed, put over the fire, and roasted and gone and fired.
Deservingly.
If he didn't go for 4th and 2 with Josh Allen and James Cook.
Yep.
Harbaugh decided to punt in that very same scenario, and he did not catch nearly.
Nope.
He did. He caught some flack for it. But if Bills coach Sean McDermott does that, he'd be fired. He would have been fired.
They were already. I mean, people were already calling for his head, and we won the game. Listen, there's one better coach than the coach we have.
Oh, I know who this source is.
And that's Andy Reid.
You love him.
Until I don't though, but I am a realist, and our coach is damn good. He's damn good, and I wouldn't want to have any other coach other than Andy Reid. Until that guy becomes available, shut the hell up. Like what else? What else do we want? We're the winningest team. We won the most games with Allen. Granted, it's Allen, and okay, whatever. I don't care. We have him. He's ours. So we're gonna win some games.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna win a lot of games.
Relax on the freaking fire McDermott nonsense. We're 1-0. Great game.
Great game right down to the end. I think the best part of that whole game, it wasn't even the fact that we won the game. It was the response that our starting quarterback, MVP, Josh Allen, the real MVP, the way he handled the fans that were started to file out early. He wasn't mad at them. He said, I'm not sure exactly how he worded it. He goes, yeah, we saw that. He goes, but all I can say is just, have a little faith. That's the most professional MVP way of handling that situation. Other guys might have said things like, yeah, we see them leaving, but we're going to keep competing till the end. And he wouldn't have, he handled it so beautifully. It was elegant.
At the end of the day, he's playing the game. He probably doesn't see anything. Any of us. I mean, really, if you're locked in, I don't want him to even know I'm there.
Who?
To be completely honest, any of the players. When I was locked in as a player, I didn't know who the hell was in the audience. Who the hell cares? You're locked in. He don't know. So for him to say that, they're coached on what to say on all these things. So I don't really buy into
there is a lot of script.
It's all scripted.
There's a lot of what to, what not to, and things like that they're
programmed to say because you're in the NFL.
Not programmed, taught how to handle situations, how to handle media, especially if you're one of the media spotlights, one of your, A-list players, if you want to call it that. The
best part about that game to me is everyone else in the division lost.
Everyone else in the division, AFC East lost. That puts the Bills obviously ahead 1-0. Now we go into week 2. We'll get into week 2 in a little bit with our couple games that we wanted to pick out. We're not going to give you our picks for every game because there's just too many of them, and we're not ESPN or NFL Network. We're True NFL. We want to talk about the game itself and how we feel about it at whatever moment. We have no structure yet, folks. If you haven't noticed, we have no structure yet, and that's okay. We haven't worked together in
Frankie J picks.
He knows I'm usually right. I'm in the fantasy league for the first time in years, and it happens to be with Todd and his group of people, and he calls it the Man's League. It's ESPN ranked me on the power rankings #1 best draft.
Yeah, anyone who plays in leagues knows that that's a bad omen.
Yeah, so it's like the Madden curse. So week 1, but luckily one of them was a bench player. One retired, one got injured in 22 seconds, another one didn't score any points at all. And I'm playing against Pat Mahomes and company for my first game of a guy that's really competitive in this league and very good.
Kelsey knocking Worthy out right away. That was nuts, huh?
Yeah, people are saying that was planned too for some weird, strange reason. But anyways, moving forward, as I was saying, you confuse the hell out of me. See what you do?
Yep. Why would they ever do that on purpose? Is he trying to hit on Swifty or something?
There was something said where Taylor Swift likes Xavier Worthy. He's her favorite player or some nonsense. And that's why Kelsey knocked his ass out of the game. Like, oh, that's your favorite player. Boom, I'm your favorite player. Some sort of jealousy thing. They're not even married yet. That won't last. That's just a show.
I hope it lasts. I like her.
Pink's better. Let's not get off course here. But we can't get off course. You confuse me. But thanks one time again for everybody that's riding along with us. We're growing as we're going here. It's going to be trial and error. Him and I haven't worked together in over a year. Right now, we're both just excited to be back in our own personal studios, if you want to call it that. But let's just do this. Let's just talk. We only got a little bit of time left here. We only planned on doing about half hour, 45 minutes a week. Show. Why don't we just talk about the games we want to talk about this upcoming week? Starting tomorrow night, we got what you wanted to talk about Washington at Green Bay. Why?
I do. Like I said earlier, Green Bay I think is my pick. Washington up and coming team. This should be a great game. Too bad I got to work, but I'm excited to watch it, and we'll see what happens. I think Washington wins. I think Green Bay takes the loss here. But then bounces back for the rest of the season. I think Green Bay represents the NFC. This is a good game. This is like, to me, this is like the Bills Ravens of last week, to be completely honest. I think these two teams have the ability to both represent the NFC. Them and probably the Rams. You can't look at San Fran serious because they're always hurt.
Could be.
Yeah, they could be up there too, but either one of these two teams could not fill it out, I think.
Well, I don't disagree with you. I believe Green Bay is going to win this game, and I want to give a quick shout out to my boys over at Lock 22 Productions. This one's for Gobo. He's a huge Green Bay fan. I picked Green Bay this week, and I'm more nostalgic and atmospheric and culture based on my picks. Green Bay right now is coming off a really big win with a big transition of Micah Parsons coming to town, who's going to be considered the next Reggie White. As far as they're concerned at this point, he's a king of Green Bay. They're not going to lose to Washington at home. I know it's going to be a really good game. Jaden Daniels will be there, but at the end of the day, the Packers take that game. So I can't disagree with you. Again, I'm not a Green Bay fan. They're going to win that game. I wanted to talk about the Buffalo at the Jets because the Jets are in our division. They're 0-1 right now to the Pittsburgh Steelers. We all know how that story went with Aaron Rodgers coming to town and he had a vendetta against the Jets and acting like he didn't ruin that whole organization. With that alone, can't do that. I just
tore that game up. Aaron Rodgers looked good.
He did. He looked like the old Rodgers. But here's the problem. That was week 1. He had something to play for. That's like his Super Bowl. I just want to say hi to Paulina over on Instagram who's watching live with us. It's good to see you, Paulina. Hope things are good. Everything is good over here. But anyways,
what's Paulina's favorite team? She have one?
Paulina, I don't think she likes the NFL, but actually she might. I can't remember. Paulina, what's your favorite team? Go ahead and drop us a comment.
Yeah, leave it in a comment.
Leave it in the comment.
I'm going to tell you what.
Let me finish what I was saying. The Bills are going in. The Jets are a divisional opponent. We're going into MetLife Stadium where historically, regardless if the Jets or the Giants are good, we have a tough time winning those games in that stadium. We're going into a week 2 where Justin Fields had some success in week 1 against Rodgers. It was a big storyline, big deal, big game. We all know that. Now we're in week 2. The Bills are coming in off a huge historic win of their own with momentum after beating, we know this, honestly, one of the probably best teams in the league, aside from Josh Allen.
So you thinking letdown?
I'm not going to say that. I think the Bills win this game, but it's not going to be easy peasy, up and easy, starting your own podcasty. It's not
23-17-ish.
It's going to be, I don't know. I hate predicting scores because it's just, I'm about the dubs or not getting the L's. It's a dub. Bill Parcells said it's what your record says you are. You're 1-0. Doesn't matter. Last week's over. Let's move on to New York Jets. Bill Belichick style. Comes from the Bill Parcells tree. We're 1-0.
Man, everything you just said made me think of a letdown.
You get the Chiefs lost, the Dolphins lost, the Jets lost, Patriots lost. We won.
Yeah.
Come on.
I don't know. The Jets aren't that good, but they are good.
They got a good.
But we're a Super Bowl team, man.
The Bills are built right now to win a Super Bowl now. We do have some guys coming back that are going to be suspended for the first 6 weeks, 5 more weeks now going into week 2. And they're supposed to be very impactful. Where we need help the most, and it's our defensive line in particular with the run game. We can't stop the run. We had a couple bounces our way this past Sunday night when Derrick Henry fumbled the ball and we got the ball back and things changed, in a blink of an eye, and that can happen. But we weren't meant to win that game. We didn't deserve really to win that game. The only reason I say we won it is because we stayed in it until the end. We played the full 60 minutes. If we wouldn't have played the full 60 minutes, who knows? We were walked out of there 0-1. But we played till the very last second of that game with a 41-year-old kicker that took the red-eye flight 2 days before to show up and kick 5 for 5 after being not even in a training camp. So there's a lot to say about the organization right there by itself. This guy came in off the streets and they embraced him, and he's probably never going to have to pay for a drink again in Buffalo just for one stupid kick.
Yeah.
But I like the Bills in this game. I'll put what I like to call my caution orange up. It's one of those like trap games. We don't
trap
know.
Game. Trap games are very good for a season. True or false?
I hate them. It's a false.
But if you lose, you can build on it, and there's so much to learn. And it's so early in the season. If we're going to lose one, might as well be now.
Oh my God.
True or false? No. You think 17-0. 17-0.
I'm not 17-0. In fact, and with my friends on the NFL show over on Lock 22 Productions, I went 13-4 with the Bills this year. Us losing to the Patriots, the Texans, the Eagles, and what was the fourth one? I have it written down here somewhere.
I think if we do lose, there'll be a lot to learn from this game.
The Chiefs. I think the Chiefs will beat us at home. I think we lose to the Patriots for some reason at home. It's just going to be one of those games where we just lose. And Philadelphia at the end of the year. The reason I say Philly will beat us at the end of the year is either one of two things. We're in the playoffs and we're resting a lot of our starters, where they'll just probably beat us because our backups in the third and fourth string depth chart are amazing. So, yeah, those are the 4 losses I have for Buffalo. And
it's hard to call those last games because you never know what anyone's playing for.
But after week 1, it's hard to gauge, because that's why I was like, why do we do a show before the week 1 kickoffs? It doesn't work for me. I can't predict the season. So let's wait a week till week 1 is over, so we maybe have more of a feel, right? A feel
I ain't got nothing.
What they're going to do. Because you see right away, I see right away, Caleb Williams is going to struggle again. Ben Johnson or not, he is just the Bears. They're the Bears. The Jacksonville Jaguars are never going to be good. Dames, this one's for you, because Trevor Lawrence won't cut his hair and just become a quarterback and take the game seriously. The Dallas Cowboys, Jerry, give up some control, buddy. You're already out of control. You might as well let somebody else take the realm and try to put something back together here, because you do have some talent. You just suck at handling the office work. Go play in the box with your hookers and wife or whatever you do, and let someone else handle the business. Carolina, move. I mean, be the first European league. Then you got like your Cleveland,
But the Saints.
Mistake by the Lake, the Aints. There's all these teams that are just never going to win a Super Bowl. Arizona will never win one. I don't even think
Buffalo.
Buffalo's going to win one this year, and we'll talk about why. I don't see a lot of teams winning the Super Bowl. But anyways, we're not going to go to the. I mean, Super Bowl predictions. We can do that near the end.
Yeah, let's do it.
I've kind of run out. I forgot how long we've even friggin' been on over here. But it's been.
Come on. Okay, real quick. Right quick.
Okay. We also we're not done yet. Hang on.
No, I know. I'm going to ask you a question. I
want
to know your thoughts about the Kansas City Chiefs last week. Go ahead.
That's a good question, actually. The Kansas City Chiefs of last week.
Yeah, I want to know what your thoughts were about the Kansas City
Chiefs.
I
think we saw the Kansas City Chiefs of last year. They just happened to lose this one.
Okay. They did win a lot of close games.
The Chiefs last year, most of their wins were not beautiful. They weren't deep ball games. They were just garbage wins with stupid backyard bullshit that always works for them. The clock swinging their way, the last field goal kick, whatever. They weren't as pretty and graceful as they were in years prior. We know that. We just saw the same Kansas City team that we saw at the end of most of the year last year, in my opinion.
I give you a weird stat.
Okay.
Tyreek Hill has not caught a pass over 30 yards in over 1 year.
What?
He hasn't caught a pass over 30 yards in over a year. Tyreek.
Really?
Yep. I'm going back to what I said earlier. I think that those crappy ass Dolphins are going to trade him back to KC.
I just don't think Kansas City brings him back. He seems to be a little bit of trouble right now with the divorce going on, that whole arrest thing at the end of or whatever part of the season last year. He's trouble. I think the Kansas City Chiefs won without him. They don't. Why would they bring back a distraction? They already got a circus there too, like Dallas, with the whole Taylor Swift thing and the podcast thing and the New Heights thing. Kansas City's the team and face of the NFL.
I want to ask you another question regarding Kansas City.
Oh my God.
What the hell is wrong with Mahomes? What is this? What is that? Why is this? What is this?
He started.
What is this? What? All game. What is that?
Oh, when he does.
Is that like the Jordan? Like, yeah. What is the?
I read about this. I did read about this. He does that. It's just a nervous thing that he does. that it's just the way he does it. Like that's almost like him trying to say, "All right, come on, let's keep going, give me the call, give me the call."
I wonder why nobody hits him.
To me, I want to punch him through the screen when I see him doing that.
I don't want to help him.
It.
What's wrong with you?
What are you? Is this a mental health show?
I think
NFL mental health. Jesus.
I mean, clearly severely autistic.
Well, you're a little autistic. You're on the spectrum over there.
Call him like I see him.
Yeah, and that's what's your studio light?
My studio light. Oh, you said light. Just don't say that word. Anyways, I don't know. KC, something's wrong with that dude.
I think
I can't watch it.
I don't think they're going to be horrific. I think they're going to win probably 13 games, 12, 13 games. I don't think they're going to be the worst team in the league. I just think and believe fully you're seeing the Chiefs that were the Chiefs last year, except that, they lost this game. And it was to the Chargers, a divisional rival. And they usually own the Chargers. The Chargers have sucked balls for the last how many years?
Ever. They know how to lose.
I don't think Herbert's that great of a quarterback. He can't throw the long ball without putting it through the ground because he puts too much power on the damn thing.
The touch on that ball last week was phenomenal.
Not with him.
Yeah.
Not usually. He's not known for having the most. He has his long balls don't have any drop to him.
He used to, but then the last 2 years, I think he threw the least amount of passes in the league because of that.
Yeah, because he
coach
threw him harder than Brett Favre and Dan Marino.
Top 7 quarterback.
Who?
For me, Herbert.
Who?
On ability alone? No, on ability.
Well, he's top 10, but there's not much great quarterback play in the NFL right now. There's quarterback play, there's decent quarterback play, and then there's amazing quarterback play. We have the best quarterback in the league. I think he's the best quarterback in our franchise ever, and I'm putting him ahead of Jim Kelly, and here's why. Jim Kelly would never in a million years, I know it's a different league than it is now, whatever. He is not mobile. He was not a running quarterback. It was a drop back league at the time. And I think Michael Vick was maybe one of the first ones to really, or Randall Cunningham was one of the first ones to show running quarterbacks are amazing. Josh Allen is all of it plus some. The guy's just a beast. He's the best player in the league. 42 fantasy points. What?
See the Marino? See the Dan Marino of this age?
He's better.
Not going to win the big game.
He's not the Marino. He's better than Marino. I think he wins as a Super Bowl. We're going to win the Super Bowl, and here's why. And I'm going to move on to the last couple games I want to talk about, and then we're going to wrap up here. We're going to win a Super Bowl for a few reasons. We deserve one. We have the team. We have the right staff. We have the right
culture.
We have I'm not going to say the word. We have the
culture.
We have the right tools in place to win the Super Bowl, personnel-wise, which way you want to cut the cake. We are set up to win the Super Bowl this year now. It's the last year at Highmark Stadium, of a stadium that's been there since 1973, over 50 years. We've both been in that stadium a million times. It's amazing. It's an experience of a lifetime. We're going to win a Super Bowl so we can turn the lights off in that stadium appropriately and then raise our banner in the new stadium across the street to open it up. So we might win 2 in a row. We're built to win now. We beat the Ravens, who I thought absolutely deserved to win that game until they didn't, until they made stupid calls like when they made bad plays, bad decisions, and lost the ball. That's how they lost that game.
A lot of times I wanted to call you and say that's the MVP. Every time Lamar made a play. Because we've battled this, because I always thought Lamar should have won based on stats alone last year.
And it's not about stats.
I know, but I'm not taking anything away from Allen. I'm just saying he outperformed him stat-wise by a pretty decent margin. So anyways, that game to me, I don't know. I just feel like that was a big win for us.
It was a huge win for us. It puts our fan base back at ease. Because last year, the first game of the year, opening week at home, was against the Arizona Cardinals, and they were whooping the shit out of us all the way up until halftime. And into the third quarter, we came back and won that game to come out 1-0. And I remember we were talking back and forth on the phone. We're like, yep, we're done. We like, right, we're done. Fire the coach. They suck. We're never going to we're getting this far. That's it. Go coach college, whatever you want on your rant. I just think that this team's ready now. We haven't made, it's only 1 week. So
1 week, but a lot to learn there. We We have to take away from that game not to do what Harbaugh did and not to punt in that situation.
So I like
three
the Bills.
Three timeouts. He could have definitely have gone for it, even if
he had a bad coaching moment, like all coaches do. He just he learned from it, and we're moving on to week 2. I like the Seattle. I like the Seattle at the Pittsburgh game. Dame, shout out to you, your Seattle Seahawks. With Sam Darnold, I know you'd rather have Geno Smith back, but you don't. That blows. I actually have this as my caution game also against Pittsburgh, because Pittsburgh has a good defense, even though you got an Aaron Rodgers who you don't know who exactly. You got 4 touchdowns out of an Aaron Rodgers. He had a score to settle. He could get hurt in week 2 in the first 30 seconds. He has done that too. So I just think that Pittsburgh's defense is going to be a huge part of that game. And I wanted to bring that one up specifically. Mm-hmm. I want the Seahawks to win because I want the Steelers to lose. That helps the Bills get better positioning in the playoffs. So I want a lot of these really tough AFC teams to lose.
Where's this game being played?
In Pittsburgh.
Oh, so, yeah, their defense is fired up and pissed.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So, and then you wanted to talk about the Denver game. They're going into Indianapolis. Indianapolis coming off a huge win against the Miami Dolphins, putting up over 30 points with Danny Time. And then you got a Denver team coming in that is historically tough on the defensive side of the ball with a bunch of no-namers, really, that Sean Payton turned into winners. So go ahead, Todd, take it away.
I'm thinking this game's a freaking barn burner at 13-10 or something like that. It's going to be a big defensive game. I'm interested in watching Bo Nix this week, seeing how he bounces back from last week's performance. Because, they have a phenomenal offense and defensive line, and it's only a matter of time before this guy breaks out. Mini like Josh Allen is what I like to call him.
Let's slow down there, buddy. I like Denver to win this game. I'm not 100% sold on a Bo Nix yet. I haven't seen enough from the guy to say yay or nay. And we also wanted to talk about the Philadelphia at Kansas City game, Super Bowl 59 rematch in Kansas City. Kansas City coming off a horrible week 1 loss, we all know, to the Chargers, and Philadelphia coming off a big win against their division rival, the Cowboys. So this was a really hard game for me to pick personally. I took the Chiefs just because they're at home, essentially, and coming off a shitty loss. That's why I picked them. There's no other reason about it than they're at home. Andy Reid's their coach, like you said. They lost in week 1. That's why they win that game. Philadelphia is traveling to Arrowhead too. It's going to be a crowd thing. What's your thoughts on that?
God, I really want to pick the Eagles, but my heart is saying KC some way. Or can they possibly be 0-2 looking like doo-doo? And we're talking about this next week on how shitty they are.
Sounds like
I'm going, you know what? I'm going the latter. I'm going to say they go 0-2. They look like a pile of trash again, and we're reliving the same scenario next week, wondering if they're going to bounce out of it. And they're probably not. They might not ever bounce out of it, which is going to be, to your prediction, great news for the Buffalo Bills this year.
Well, it's already good for the Buffalo Bills for a couple reasons. They're all 0-1, all these teams that we've had trouble with, and from the jump. And going into week 2, if we win week 2 and even 2 or 3 of those teams that already lost week 1 lose week 2, that puts us even further ahead in the playoff seeding. Our goal is to get the first seed. I mean, that's always the goal, right? You get that first seed, you get a week off, and you get your home games. The Super Bowl is going through Buffalo, and I think that was pretty clear week 1. If anybody out there disagrees with me, by all means, drop us a comment wherever you're watching. If you'd like, if you have any questions about the show or you have any ideas that Todd and I could do during the show that you think would be fun, add to the fun that we're already having, send us an email. info@rawlive.com is right there on the screen for you. We do want to take one more quick second to thank everybody that has subscribed to our YouTube channel at Raw Live, RAWWLIVE at Raw Live, and we do appreciate that. And thousands of you have been really a big part of what we're doing here, so we do thank you for that. And what other thing did I want to say, Tio? We call Todd Tio, by the way.
Yeah. What? Get your popcorn ready.
Get your popcorn ready. I'm excited about week 2. I can't wait. I'm excited. I finally got my TV back to where, because where I live, it's really tough to get TV unless you want to get one company.
How do you live?
Like the one company. I live in the Adirondack Mountains.
It's tough to get TV. This is 2025.
No, you get TV, but there's only one company to choose from. So they charge you a whole
okay.
bunch. They'll charge you a shit ton of money to get
They
everything.
can't put Fios underneath mountains or nothing?
They don't usually do that. And when it takes you an hour to go to Walmart, I don't think they're too concerned about laying fiber optic lines.
Your bill might be high.
Also, to those of you out there that are on X, formerly known as Twitter, go ahead and follow me over there. I'm on Twitter. Todd is not. I'm at Raw Live on Twitter too. Follow me over there as well, and we're both on Facebook. I'm Frankie J. Matthews, and then you got Todd Warziniak on Facebook. You can follow us there too. It's been really fun, Todd, getting back together. I like your studio. I think it's great. I think it's finally awesome that you have your own personal space. I got mine. We're 6 hours apart, but we're in the same studio.
Like I said, this is 2025, and personal space is very important these days.
Mental health, right?
Mental health matters.
You like mental health matters. And we want to, once again, just go ahead and take a quick moment to thank each and every one of you for subscribing. We can't thank you enough. In fact, it's an honor to have everybody that's on our channel, even watching our shorts. We're going to be putting up a bunch of shorts from this show too. This is going to be live every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, again, here on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Todd, if you don't have anything else, I'm ready for week 2. Even if you think you know and you don't know, send us a message, drop us a link, whatever. It's been great. I want to give a last shout out to my boys over at Lock 22 Productions. They're an awesome group of guys. We had a lot of fun doing NFL, H-E-L-L. NFL is the show. If you want to check it out over there, definitely subscribe. Anyways, Todd, if you have nothing else to say, I'm going to say let's get out of here. Let's go Buffalo Bills. Bills Mafia 2025 Buffalo Bills Super Bowl champions. I want a shirt. I want to cry tears of joy, and I want to see the city of Buffalo with greased poles and people trying to break everything. I can't wait for it. And to everybody out there,
they do that on the west side. They climb the grease poles.
Yeah, they have contests over there. Yep. Big deal in Philadelphia too. They pre-grease the poles in Philly. They're ready. So I'm excited, and it's growing as we're going here on True NFL. Thanks everybody for being here. We'll see y'all next time. Go Buffalo.